Hey Wolves, it's Miss Fee, and I just finished a book that I think you will also want to read, especially if you feel that you don't fit in or you don't belong, especially in places where you are supposed to fit in or belong, like at school or with your family or with your extended family. That is exactly how Kihana feels. She is Guatemalan American. Her father is from Guatemala and her mother's from the United States. She looks Guatemalan, but she didn't grow up speaking Spanish, so she doesn't speak Spanish. And she gets bullied in Spanish class for that. And she doesn't feel like she will ever speak Spanish well enough or that she will ever be Guatemalan enough to live up to her dad's expectations. So she does have some good friends, Jaden and Zuri, at school, and they help her and support her, which is awesome. They're great friends throughout the story. But she's got a lot of other things going on in her life. Her younger brother, Mimito, does not talk, and he has some other issues, and her parents have taken him to a doctor, and the doctors say that he is fine, but Kihana knows that something is just not right. And then her favorite person in the world is her grandma in Florida, who has taught her about manatees and sea turtles, and they've just had lots of great adventures. But her grandma is sick and waiting on some test results. She might really be sick. And then on top of that, some cousins from Guatemala moved to Texas, and her dad decides that they need to be more Guatemalan. So they change some things in their house, and they put a lot more pressure on her to do well in Spanish class and to start speaking Spanish. And she's just not handling the pressure very well. And her parents decide that for Christmas break, instead of going to Florida, they are going to go to Guatemala and visit her other grandmother and the rest of her family. And Kihana is just not sure that she will be able to handle that. She does not want to go for 2 weeks and not be able to understand people or be able to speak. And she feels like she's just going to be a disappointment to everyone in Guatemala. So her grandmother from Guatemala had sent her this gift, a huipil, which is a beautiful woven shirt. And she decides that she is going to sell the huipil and use the money to buy a bus ticket. And she's going to sneak out before the Christmas trip and take the bus to Florida and spend Christmas break with her grandmother in Florida while her parents go to Guatemala without her. And as you can imagine, this is not exactly how things work out for Kihana. So you will need to read The Other Half of Happy by Rebecca Balcárcel to find out what happens. It's a beautiful book, a beautiful story. I really loved Kihana, and I think that you will too.